Our region's business is sponsored by PNC for the achiever in you. Our region's business, improving our economy, creating jobs, and strengthening communities. Innovation, collaboration, transformation, and the people making it happen. Join us as we take a closer look at our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, we're on location at the Fairmont Pittsburgh in downtown Pittsburgh. We're here for the quarterly meeting of the Allegheny Conference Regional Investors Council, and we're all here to take the pulse of our region's economy. And the good news is our region's economy has more than a pulse. In fact, in recent years, our region's economy has been growing faster than the nation's as a whole. At the same time, not everybody here has been sharing in that success. So we'll take a look at one successful effort to strengthen communities across Pennsylvania, and we'll dig into what else needs to be done. But first, we're going to talk about the smart money and smart people who are investing in the future of their organizations and themselves right here in our region. It's all tallied up in the annual Business Investment Scorecard, created each year by the Pittsburgh Regional Alliance, which is an affiliate of the conference, which co-produces this program. 2015 was another solid year for the PRA, as well as all of its economic development partners across our 10-county region. David Ruppersberger is president of the PRA, and Uber is one of those investors in our region. Jennifer Crusius is Pittsburgh General Manager for Uber Technologies Incorporated. And welcome. Good to see you both.
Thanks for having us. Good to see you. Thanks.
Yeah, some exciting things happening in our region these days, David. What kind of a year was 2015 when it comes to business investment?
I would characterize it as a very solid year across the region, and all 10 counties had activity, and what we saw was a total of 275 projects in 2015. That's on par with 2014 and right on our average for the last 9 years.
For 9 years, so there's a real consistency in what's going on in the regional economy, it sounds like.
It sounds like it's the case, yes.
Yeah, so where's the action? What kind of investment in any particular sector, more than one sector more than others?
Well, we track 5 sectors, and for the 7th time in the last 9 years, manufacturing has led the way with 63 deals. We have a lot of activity, a lot of it international as well.
I see on the chart here, says the manufacturing with the 63 investment deals, but financial and business services is also a big sector for us.
Big drivers in the economy here. Financial and business services is the single largest employer, and information technology is really important because it recruits talent into the region, which is a challenge for us.
Right.
I think we have a really good example of that.
Yeah, a clear representative of the IT sector. A lot of sectors, really. You fit into transportation and logistics too, I suspect. But yeah, Jennifer, tell me, what's Uber doing here in our region beyond just running the ride-share service around?
Sure. So we came to Pittsburgh in 2014 with what you mentioned is the original ride-sharing service that connects riders and drivers. Last year we announced a deal with Carnegie Mellon University. It's a long-term partnership that we're working to build an advanced technology center here in Pittsburgh. So that center is hiring hundreds of engineers, and we're working on mapping and safety technology as well as automation.
So, the autonomous vehicles get a lot of the attention, but I guess the mapping piece is really important when you think about what Uber does.
Of course. So we use maps on a daily basis for drivers and for riders alike, looking at their phones to track their route and send that to their friends and family. As of course for drivers, it's of utmost importance. So we spend a lot of time on the future of safety and mapping as well, which, like you mentioned, doesn't get as much of the attention, but is critically important to the business.
And was it CMU primarily that brought Uber to Pittsburgh to do this? Why are you here?
Sure, I think CMU has a lot to do with it. One, we were looking for a place that has a healthy transportation ecosystem and innovation and technology. So what's really interesting to me, at least, is that Pittsburgh over the last 5 to 10 years has come to light on the technology sector. We've always been involved in that as a city, but recently there's a ton of technology companies that have come to town. It's created an ecosystem where Pittsburgh's been a great place to live for many years, and now it's a really exciting place to work in the tech center. So what we see is just an opportunity to have both talent, which Carnegie Mellon has been instrumental in bringing, world-class researchers and innovation, a very supportive mayor of innovation. The Pitt Tech Council has also helped cultivate that ecosystem. So all of those things kind of come together to create a really interesting opportunity.
So you talk about the people, and David, it does at the end of the day come down to people, come down to jobs. So when you talk about all these deals, the 275 deals, what does that translate to in terms of employment in the region and opportunity?
Well, that's a really good question, and we do track jobs that are associated with those deals. 2015 was largely a very good year in terms of job flow. There were almost 15,000 jobs, that's both new and retained jobs, announced with those projects. That's way above 2014 and above anything we've seen since 2011.
I would think on the rideshare side of the Uber business, having a region with growing jobs or that kind of opportunity and people coming here has to be really critical.
Absolutely. I mean, people have to get to work and they have to get to the grocery store and doctor's appointments. And what we see is we're part of the transportation ecosystem here. We see ride requests spike on Friday and Saturday night, so we know that that's associated with bar closings and making some better choices about providing options for people that have had too much to drink. We also see that we're contributing to a lot of that job impact. And on the driver's side for us, the opportunity is to earn extra income at the touch of a button. And so we see a lot of drivers in the Pittsburgh area that drive 10 hours a week or less and are using it to supplement income and really provide an extra earning opportunity that's catered to their free time.
It's a whole new world, the way the working world works. I wonder though, David, one last question. I know we've seen advanced manufacturing and finance and IT all doing very well. There's energy. That was one of the big drivers a few years ago of business investment. Has that pretty much gone away, or is there still action in energy in the region?
It's not gone away. It's just changed where the action is. Early on, it was in the extraction of the oil and gas from the ground itself, where it's moved us to the midstream. So that's the processing, transportation, and storage. And if we look at the third metric that we track, which is investment in the region, there was almost $2.1 billion of new investment in energy last year, which is a very significant number. A lot of that was in the midstream.
So still a lot of capital flowing into the region.
Correct.
And that has a ripple effect then through our economy
Absolutely.
as well. Wow. Well, some exciting stuff, some great stories to tell. Uber, obviously, and so much more. Jennifer Crusius from Uber, David Rupersberger from the Pittsburgh Regional Alliance. Thank you both so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
Well, next up, is our region better off today than it was 8 years ago, even before the Great Recession? We'll find out when our region's business returns to the Fairmont in downtown Pittsburgh.